Hi, Chicago museum aficionados. Quick question, help me out. I'm going there a little bit later this year to hang out with a bunch of women I met on the internet, and we're gonna do a museum, but there's so many choices. We're on a tight schedule, so we probably really only have time to do one. So which one should it be? Option one, the Field Museum, natural history, which means dinosaurs, right? That's what natural history museums always have. I'm sure that I would love it and I would enjoy it, but I will say it seems more like something I would enjoy with the tiny humans I generated than something a group of 30-something women might want to do. Given that their special exhibit is Pokemon fossils, I feel like I should come back with my children later for that, right? Option two, the Art Institute of Chicago. I loved it. This is my top choice right now. One of their featured artists right now is a guy named Rakib Shah. His work is giving like Hieronymus Bosch with more Eastern fever dreamy influence. Honestly, my biggest concern about going here is I'll want to spend the whole like 12-hour day there, which might be a bit extreme. Option three is the Museum of Science and Industry. I'm a huge fan of science, industry. You know, I can take it or leave it. It looks like they currently have this interactive like ocean pollution exhibit going on that sounds really cool. I'm sure there's like a lot of things like boats and trains, and there's like a mini castle in there somewhere too. Okay, and then option 4 and 5 are kind of weird and gimmicky, and like, are they really museums or are they really more tourist traps? There's this medieval torture museum. I do love the medieval period. There's not a lot of pictures from this website I can share with you because they're all pretty gruesome, but I'm really curious about this whole ghost quest. Also, interactive experiences at a medieval torture museum. I'm curious. Option 5, balloon museum. This is also like a museum chain. They have a few all over the world with slightly different themes. They're very interactive. It's giving contemporary art vibes. So if you've been to any of those or want to go to any of those, let me know your thoughts.
Born and raised in the Chicagoland area, still live here at the age of 54. Been to a number of those museums. First things first, I've not been to the Torture Museum, so I can't give you any update on that, and I've never even heard of the Balloon Museum. I'm going to say right off the bat, it sounds like you're really into art, and my guess is that the group that you're going to be with is going to be of like-minded people. So if it's really more of an art crowd, then you might really want to stick to the art museum if that's you only have one option, okay? Because it just sounds like what you guys are into. The Museum of Natural History, yeah, that's where you're going to get the dinosaur bones. It's where you're going to see like the history of man and all of that stuff. The Museum of Science and Industry has always been my favorite. Now, it's also one that you might want to take the little ones back to because it's entirely interactive. But it's also, I think, a cool museum to go to just if you're adults. They have all kinds of interactive exhibits from all kinds of science and industry. So, for example, there's a working coal mine that you can go down into. There is an actual German submarine that was captured in the building that you can walk through. They have an area explaining the gestation period of a human being, and in jars, they have actual embryos from various stages, from just an egg all the way through the various developmental stages, all the way up to a baby, for scientific purposes for you to see. There's a working farm on hand. On site. The Museum of Science and Industry has always been a favorite for people in and around the city of Chicago. It's a place where all of us from the Chicagoland area used to take our field trips to when we were kids, and we still enjoy taking the kids to this day. But once again, it sounds like you guys are really, really, really into art, and if that's the case, you don't want to miss the Art Institute of Chicago. It really is something to behold.